press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hi students. So in the previous class under theorem 10.8 we studied that in a circle so suppose PQ is the arc and the angle subtended by this arc in the center POQ is double the angle subtended by the same arc in any part of the circle. So that means if this is O and if I take any point, let us say A here, so now this is A, so then PAO, so 2 times PAO will be equal to POQ. So the angle subtended at the center is 2 times the angle subtended in any part of the circle, may be in the major arc or may be in minor arc. So if I take like this, so that's the meaning of any part of the circle. Now based on that we will move on to the next theorem 10.9. So your next theorem So it says angles in the same segment of a circle are equal. So this we have to prove now. Now observe this. This is the circle with center O and P and Q are 2 points, then PQ is the arc. So say PQ is minor arc, let us say. Let us take 2 points A and C. So let this is point A and this is any point C. If I join PA and PC, so similarly join QA and QC. Q and QC. Now you read the statement of the theorem, you will understand. Angles in the same segment of a circle are equal. So see, PQ is the arc. These two end point of this arc or PQ chord, you can say. It has made 2 angles PAQ and PAC, 2 angles. So they are both are in the same segment. So this is major segment and this is minor segment. So, if I join PQ, you will understand that. If I join PQ, say now you can observe PAQ and PCQ are in the same segment of the circle. Now join PO, this is for construction, join PO and OQ, PO and OQ. So you know that this is POQ is the angle subtended by the arc PQ at the center. PAQ and PCQ are the angles subtended by the arc PQ in the major segment, in one segment. Of course, both are in the same segment. The statement says angles in the same segment, angles in the same segment. That means if A is here and C is here, then they will not be equal. Otherwise, if they are in the same segment, this angle is equal to this angle. This is what this theorem says. Now, proof. In figure PQ is the arc. PQ is the arc. So, POQ is the angle subtended at the center. Now, PAQ and PCQ, observe the figure, and PCQ are angles, both angles are subtended by chord PQ in one sector. This is same sector. So, or you can say in same sector, in one sector, you can say in one sector. So, to prove these two angles, PAQ equals PCQ. Now, this is what we have to, this is actually the given data, you can write given. Now, proof. So, how to prove this? So, we know that the angle subtended at the center is double the angle subtended in any part of the circle. So, therefore, we know that So, this is by the previous theorem, by 10.8 theorem, we know that POQ, this is O, POQ is double PAQ, 2 times PAQ. This is known to us. Now, because, so how we are writing this? The angle subtended at the center is double the angle subtended in any part of the circle. So similarly POQ is also equal to PCQ, 2 times PCQ, because it is the subtended at the any part of the circle, and this also 2 times POQ. So if I call this as 1, 2, you can observe POQ is equal to 2 times PAQ, 2 times PCQ. So therefore I can write 2 times PAQ is equal to 2 times PCQ, or you can get cancel 2 to PAQ equals PCQ. So hence proved. Hence proved. So this is theorem 10.9. Now next, we'll erase this. Now let us understand the angle in a semicircle is a right angle. Angle in a semicircle is a right angle. So we shall understand this property. Let us have a circle. Now let us draw a diameter so that we can get this is the diameter, it passes through the origin or center of the circle. This is O, and this is PQ. Let us take any point A, join PA. Join PA and join PQ. Now, so here we have to prove that this angle is 90 degree. So that is an angle in a semicircle is a right angle. So here PAQ is a semicircle. So we have to prove that this is 90 degree. So in figure, so PB is PQ is the diameter. PQ is the diameter. Therefore, arc PAQ is semicircle. Arc PAQ is semicircle. So here PQ is an arc, and arc has subtended two angles. One is at the center and the another is at point A. See, we know that. So you can see PAQ is the angle subtended by arc PQ at point A. Similarly, POQ is the angle subtended by arc PQ at the center O. So we know that the center angle POQ is 2 times PAQ. So this in 10.8 theorem we have studied this. See, we know that POQ is a straight line because P and Q passes through O. It is the diameter, therefore it is a straight line. So we know that POQ is a straight line. So therefore, POQ is equal to 180 degree. So this angle, POQ angle is 180 degree. So POQ, this is O, I will write here, this is 180 degree because it is a straight line. So therefore, in this equation you put 180 degree, therefore 180 to PAQ is equal to 180, or PAQ equals 180 by 2 is equal to 90 degree. So therefore this is 90 degree, hence proved. Please note down. Now, where is this? We will move on to the next theorem, 10.10. Now, let us continue with theorem tan point 10. The theorem statement, if a line segment joining 2 points, if a line segment joining 2 points subtends equal angles at other 2 points, subtends equal angle at other 2 points. Other 2 points lying on the same side of the line, lying on the same side of the line, containing the line segment the 4 points lie on a circle. So, if such a condition arises, the 4 points lie on a circle, So, otherwise it is called as they are concyclic. So, this is the statement of the theorem. So, this we have to understand now. So, for this, let us draw a diagram, then I will explain to you. Now, this is the center of the circle. A line segment joining 2 points subtends equal angles. Suppose this is the line segment. This is the line segment, say AB. So, read the statement, a line segment joining 2 points. So, we have taken a line segment AB, subtend equal angles at other 2 points lying on the same side of the line. So, from this line AB on same side, we have to have 2 angles. Say this is C and this is D. This is C, this is D, let us say, and join this. So join AD, join BC, and join DB. Join DB. So equal angles, it says ACB equals ACB. This chord AB is obtaining ACB angle, it is equal to ADB angle. So how they are equal, that we have proved. In this problem, these two are equal, it is given. This is equal to this. Then the 4 points lie on the same circle. So when such a situation arises, 4 points A, B, C, D lie on the circle. So that we have to establish. So for this what we do is, this is point D, extend AD, extend AD, extend AD like this, and join B and this point. Now I will take another point between these 2 points. I will join this. I hope it is visible to you. Now we prove this by contradiction. Let this be point B, E and E dash, let us see. See what the theorem says. When a chord has made 2 equal angles, A and D, these 2 angles on same side of the chord, then all the 4 points A, B, C, D lie on a circle. So what we presume now? Let us presume that the circle will not pass through D, it will pass through E or it will pass through E dash. It will go inside or it will go outside. We will presume like that, then we will prove that no, either E or E dash, it coincides with D. So that is known as the way of proving by contradictory method. So this can be, now I will take given chord AB, line segment AB, line segment AB, has subtended angles ACB equals ADB on same side of AB. To prove all 4 points, to prove all 4 points A, B, C and D lie on a circle. Lie on a circle. So this is the given data, this is what is to be proved. So proof. This can be proved by contradiction. Now here what we do, we will presume that it will not pass through E, either it will go inside E or E dash. Then we will prove that E or E dash coincide with D. So that is the method. See, draw a circle so that it passes through we know that through any points a circle always passes. So you draw a circle so that it passes through A, B and C. A, B and C. Now see, suppose if it passes through D also, then the statement we have to accept straight away. If it does not passes through D, it may pass through E or E dash. Suppose if it does not passes through D, then it will intersect AD at E or E dash. So if it is not going there, it will go inside or outside. Now I will continue here. If A, B, C and E, let us passes through E, let us say, lie on a circle, in such a case, ACE must be equal to AEB. Then ACE must be equal to AEB, because angles in the same sector are equal. So it should be equal to AEB. But given AC ACB equals AEB. ACB, this is ACB equals AEB, but given ACB equals ADB. ADB. So, this is given data. So, from these two, ACB equals this, ACB equals this, from these two we can come to the conclusion that the right hand side are equal. Hence AEB will be equal to ADB, will be equal to ADB. Similarly, AEB, so that is AEB equals ADB. Similarly, we can prove that AE dash B is also equal to ADB. See, when these will be equal, this is possible. See, when these two angles, this and this, when they will be possible, when E dash coincide with D or E coincides with D, then only it is possible. So, this is possible only when E or E dash, E and E dash coincides with D. So, that means it cannot pass through E or A dash, it pass through D only. Therefore, A, B, C and D are on a circle, or they are concyclic hence proved. Please note down. Now, see, we are left with last two theorems. I will move on to theorem 10.11. Now, last but one theorem 10.11. The theorem says like this: sum of either pair of opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral, the sum of either pair of opposite angles of a quadrilateral, opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral of a cyclic is 180 degree. This is the next theorem. So, under quadrilaterals you have learned that in any quadrilateral the sum of the interior angles will be 180 degree. So, that is angle sum property of the quadrilateral. In case of a triangle, the sum of angle sum property is the sum of the interior angles is 180 degree. So, here it is 360 degree. So, using that knowledge we are going to prove this. So, let us draw the diagram and understand the problem. So, now the sum of either pair of opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral. First we shall draw a cyclic quadrilateral, then we shall discuss. Now, this is the circle and let us have a quadrilateral ABCD. Suppose this is AB. So, ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. Now, join the diagonals. Remember, it is not necessary that they pass through the center. The center is here. They are intersecting at some other point, diagonals. Now, see here, the sum of either pair of, so you can see given so cyclic quadrilateral ABCD. ABCD. To prove, see, these are diagonals. So what we have to prove is the sum of either pair of opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral is 180 degree. That means we have to prove angle A, this total angle A is equal to angle C, and angle D is equal to angle B. This we have to prove. So to prove angle A equals angle C and angle D equals angle B equals angle D. So the opposite angle sum will be opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral is 180 degree. That means we have to prove their sum is 180 degree. So sorry, we have to prove like this: angle A equals angle A plus angle C is equal to 180 degree, angle B plus angle D is equal to 180 degree. So these two things we have to prove. Now proof. Now observe the figure. Consider chord AB. Consider chord AB. So first you consider AB as the chord. When we consider AB as the chord, you observe the angles formed in one side of the chord by this chord AB, that is ADB. You can observe here, ADB will be equal to ACB because they are on one side of the chord. So ACB you can see ACB, this angle. So this angle will be equal to this angle. So ACB will be equal to ADB. And similarly, BAC. Now next you consider BC. Consider, you call this as relation 1. Now consider chord BC. When you consider this chord BC, then the angle BAC and BDC, they will be equal. So therefore BAC equals BDC. You call this as equation 2. Now add equation 1 plus 2. Add 1 plus 2. Now observe here, left hand side you add ACB plus BAC. ACB plus BAC. ACB plus BAC will be equal to ADB plus BDC equals ADB plus BDC. Now you observe the figure. So ADB plus BDC, that means this angle and this angle, the total angle is ADC. So therefore right side I will write this is ADC, right side. So ACB plus BAC equals ACB plus BAC equals ADC. Now add ABC both side. So you will get ACB plus BAC plus ABC left side will be equal to ADC plus ABC. Now left hand side you observe ACB this angle, BAC this angle, and ABC is this angle. In the triangle ABC, all three angles are there. So all three, left hand side all three belongs to one triangle ABC. Therefore their total is 180 degree. So therefore it is 180 degree equals ADC plus ABC. ADC plus ABC. Now observe figure ADC plus ABC. ABC. That means these are opposite angles. This is ADC is nothing but angle D, ABC is nothing but angle B. So therefore I will write 180 equals angle D plus angle B. So angle B plus D or B plus D is equal to 180 degree. So the sum of two opposite angles, this plus this, is 180 degree. So remaining we have to prove A plus C is also 180 degree. I will take up here now. See, now you call this as equation 3. See, in any quadrilateral we have angle A plus B plus C plus D is equal to 360 degree. In any quadrilateral, the total internal angle is 360 degree, but B plus D is 180. So here B plus D is 180. So therefore I will group it A plus C plus B plus D is equal to 360. B plus D is 180. So A plus C plus 180 equals 360. Therefore angle A plus C equals 360 minus 180. So A plus C equals 180. So the opposite angles A plus C is also 180 degree. So they hence proved. So dear students, I will stop at this stage. I will take up the remaining, only one theorem we are left with. So after that I will take up the next exercise. Some of the solid examples are there and exercise problems in 10.5 I will take up in the next class. Thank you all.